what's up? Today I'm in Barcelona, Spain, Catalonia. What a beautiful city. I thought I would give my first impressions as an American, some things I find interesting, different, and just awesome about Europe. Obviously, take this video with a grain of salt. I'm talking about Europe, but I'm in Spain. Europe is huge, very diverse. But anyway, I think it'll be interesting to see a few of my first impressions, see if they stay with me throughout my 3 months that I'm going to spend in Europe, and hopefully get to visit many different countries. So if you want to accompany my trip, please subscribe and don't forget to like the video. But anyway, I'm going to do a little picnic here in this park. It's called Ciudadela. It's one of the most famous parks in Barcelona. I have some fruit I just bought at the little supermarket. I'm with my girlfriend Isabella, and we're going to have a little picnic and talk about some of the things that we find interesting about Europe. Let's go. Out of nowhere, a castle called the Castel Tres Dragões. Look at this beautiful fountain, monument, stairs. Really great to walk around. So we're trying some fruit. This is in the peach family. I'm gonna put the name on the screen, but I forget. I took a picture. We're gonna buy some fruit, take it to the park. Little healthy picnic over here. Oh, getting in people's way. Sorry about that. But it's good and it's affordable.
Super sweet.
Yeah, try to get this at a farmer's market. For this price, you're not gonna find it. Fresh food, in my experience, is expensive in the United States. Fresh fruit especially. Okay, so I'm sitting down at the park having a little picnic with my girlfriend Isabella. We are traveling in Europe this summer. She speaks English, she's from Brazil, and she also has an Italian passport. Parla italiano.
Italiano, spaghetti.
Don't ever follow me. She speaks a little bit. I'm speaking in Portuguese, and it's hard to speak 3 languages at one time. But we're going to talk a little bit about some of the first impressions we have of Europe. First thing I thought about was how beautiful the cities are, the architecture, the monuments, the parks.
Yeah, and they have a lot of details, like they're going to build a street. It's not just a street, it's just like you have a lot of environments that they build different.
Everything was very well planned.
Yeah,
it looks like one person planned these streets and the cities. Just the difference between Barcelona and Madrid. Madrid seems a little more like royal architecture because the king lives there, and Barcelona's a little more eclectic, different colors, a lot of like reddish, brownish colors, really beautiful. I love these parks. You could just sit out here. They have that kind of gray dirt. Everyone drinks from the fountains. People are practicing capoeira, doing many different things, having picnics. So it's really just beautiful. Like every street is just breathtaking. It kind of all looks the same. I mean, American cities are pretty poorly designed generally. New York, I love New York. It's kind of chaotic and messy. I love the chaos, but Brazil is beautiful. I love the nature, but sometimes the cities are they don't really take care of the historic centers like they take care of them here. I've noticed that pretty much in all of Latin America. A lot of the historic centers are not really well maintained. Of course, that's not every city, but a lot of the cities haven't been as well maintained as Europe.
Yeah,
but here they really value their architecture and the aesthetics of the city, and I think that's really cool. But I'm talking about Madrid and Barcelona. That could be completely different if I go to another part of Europe. So I will keep you informed
and
on that.
It feels different when you're in a city that they take care of everything like this. You feel differently when you're in a city that it doesn't happen.
And I think it's even really well designed for pedestrians. It's really nice to ride your bike and walk here. Look at this urban planning. You have the bike lane where they cross for the bikes, and then you have the pedestrian lane or the crosswalk. Pedestrian lane. I'm forgetting my English. Crosswalk. it's really walkable. Everybody walks. Everybody uses the metro too. The metro really works here. In the United States, there's only a few cities where you can actually use the metro. New York, obviously, is a good place to use the metro, but anyone knows dealing with the MTA and it's just gross, a lot of rats. But I'm not really complaining. Of course, I'm complaining a bit about the New York. That's part about being from New York, from New Jersey, actually. I know people are going to comment, but people from New Jersey, we take the metro, and actually the path is nicer than the metro. That was a little New Jersey, New York tirade, but back to Europe. The metro is beautiful here. Latin America has some nice metros. Brazil has 2 nice metros. I know Rio and Sao Paulo. Rio's metro is really beautiful. Compared to New York, it's much cleaner, but it doesn't get you everywhere. Here, the metro is beautiful. It runs all the time. It's clean, and everybody uses it. So, you know, I think the middle class here is less likely to have cars than in the United States. So the metro is really useful.
I didn't see that much traffic here.
Yeah, so far I haven't seen any traffic. I think the streets are pretty well designed, and not so much traffic. I noticed in Italy, like the one time I was in Italy, the people, they don't stop for pedestrians, they just go around them. It's the craziest thing I've ever seen. Instead of stopping, they like know where you're going and they just go around you. So I think every city is pretty different. Have you noticed there's a giant woolly mammoth over there?
Oh yeah.
So we'll check that out later.
We should go.
Let's take a walk. All right?
Yeah.
Walk and talk. Let's go. So far, I think I've only eaten tapas. Here, you get a little hungry, and just eat some more tapas. So we started off with batatas bravas, which means angry potatoes, angry French fries, and some lula. This is about €5. This is about €10, and a local beer called Mahu. Since 1890, but I never heard of it, but it's pretty good. It's actually pretty good. I think it's better because instead of eating one big meal, you eat like 5, 6 little ones, and you never get full, but you have enough energy to keep going.
And you also try something new, always. Batatas bravas is the best.
Yeah, but we try something new, but we've had patatas bravas every time, which are, maybe if you've had tapas, you know what they are, but it's this these like Spanish tapa French fries with this like bechamel sauce and paprika.
Oh, so good.
So good. We had oysters today, $3.50 for an oyster, and they're really good. €350. I mean, it's not cheap. You shouldn't get in the habit of eating oysters for breakfast, but you know, when in Rome, actually we're in Barcelona, but that was a good deal. A bottle of wine for €12. It's a good deal.
Yeah.
Bottle of really good white wine for €12 at the restaurant. If you go to the store, you can get it from anywhere between €2 to €5. I'm not so sure if I trust a €2 wine, but I've had a €5 wine that was as good as anything you will ever find. Oh, kids running around having a good time. Look at this beautiful little fountain. Man, I'm happy.
This fountain is crazy. I didn't know that we were supposed to see this when we entered the park, and then it was like out of nowhere we just see something like this.
I think.
Filma direito.
Oh yes, the director is saying in Portuguese, film it correctly. You're not doing a good job. I've been doing YouTube for 5 years, and
no.
Okay.
No, it's not.
Well,
Not the thing that I said to you. It's just like film out because it deserves.
I will. I got the B-roll, but let's go up top and you can film the B-roll. See, it's good. She's also an assistant. Make sure you film it vertically or horizontally, actually. Good assistant. Now we'll get some matrix stuff, the shot within the shot. Oh, so there's some ducks over there. I don't know if you're allowed to feed the ducks. I know you probably want to feed the ducks. Reminds me a little of Tony Soprano, pilot episode of Sopranos. If you watch this channel, you will get a few Sopranos references. Also wanted to talk a little bit about the prices here. So Barcelona is a very touristic city, and it can be pretty expensive to find a hotel. Even like hostels are expensive. Airbnbs are expensive. If you get a flat here though, if you rent a room for a longer period of time, it's not so expensive if you compare to other Western cities like New York, where you can't even get a closet for under $1,000 a month, even if you're outside of Manhattan. Maybe it's a little bit cheaper out in Queens and stuff, but Manhattan's very expensive, so you could probably get a room here for about 500 in the city center, 500 euros. Hotels are pretty expensive. You're gonna pay like 150 to 200 a night in high season. Even a hostel, one bed in a bunk bed hostel will probably run you from like, at the current moment, like 30 euros a night, so about $30 a night. So it's pretty expensive, but going to the restaurant, going out, getting a beer is really cheap when you compare it to the United States. I mean, you can get a beer here for 2 euros at the restaurant, 1 euro at any store, basically. So consumer prices seem to be a little bit cheaper here. You don't have to tip as much as well, so going out is cheaper. As I said, you can get a bottle of wine for like 3 euros. So yeah, and this fruit here, fresh fruit, good price. One thing I have to say is the people here are really friendly. I think sometimes there's like a stereotype that Europeans will be like kind of standoffish, they won't be nice to you, they won't help you out. In Spain, at least, everyone's really friendly. I don't know, I guess the people say that about Parisians, so I will check out Paris and tell you if that's true, but so far everyone's really helpful, they're friendly. If they can speak English, they'll speak to you in English. Pero yo puedo hablar en español, no hay problema. Pio.
The ducks are in the other side of the lake now.
Yes, ducks can swim. But really, oh, she's mad at me now. She doesn't like sarcasm. It doesn't translate to Portuguese. But it's so beautiful here. People are friendly. People are like, they mind their own business too. Like, everyone's doing their own thing. Some girl was doing like some kind of dance there by herself. They're doing, there's Brazilians doing, I'm forgetting the word. Capoeira. Capoeira mata. So people are friendly. So one thing I think most of the time when you travel and you're friendly, you will encounter friendly people. Same thing I feel with Americans. Most Americans are friendly, even though people have sometimes said, oh, Americans are mean, but I don't find that to be true. I feel like if you have a good attitude, you're friendly, good energy attracts good energy. Of course, there are jerks everywhere, but certainly I've only encountered friendly people so far here in Spain. True American fashion, I'm finishing my vlog at Starbucks. I can't help it, I like the coffee here. But let me know some more things you want to see while I'm here in Europe. A few more vlogs. Check you out next time. Peace.